There comes a moment in every era of money when the ordinary world quietly shifts, when the tools of yesterday collapse under the weight of tomorrow, and when the people who once waited for opportunity suddenly find themselves standing in front of a revolution too powerful to ignore. In 2025, that revolution has a new face. It hums with algorithms, breathes in data, and thinks in milliseconds. It is the rise of AI-driven crypto trading, an arena where the mind of a machine meets the instinct of a human, and together they carve profits out of chaos. You feel it already, don't you? That tension in the air. That subtle pull between uncertainty and destiny. Because deep down, you know this is not simply another shift in finance, this is the financial renaissance of your lifetime. Markets no longer move like oceans, they move like storms. Sudden, violent, unpredictable. Human emotion cannot survive this battlefield alone, but an AI machine, it thrives here. It studies the wave before it forms. It senses the sentiment before it spreads. It calculates the trade before the world even wakes up. Yet the real magic of these AI trading systems is not their speed. It is the quiet discipline they force you to confront within yourself. They are mirrors. They expose your impatience, your fear, your impulsive decisions. And as they operate with tireless precision, you begin to feel something awaken inside you. A new kind of financial confidence. A clarity that whispers, you don't need to predict the future, you just need to ride the intelligence that can. Because in 2025, wealth is not built by guessing where the market will go. It is built by aligning yourself with the technology that already knows. So let's step into this world together, not as spectators, not as desperate traders chasing a green candle, but as architects of the new digital economy. To understand the power these AI trading bots hold, you must first understand the battlefield they operate in. Crypto has matured into a living organism, a global heartbeat pulsing with fear, greed, hope, manipulation, and opportunity. Every price ripple carries hidden intentions, every sudden move hides invisible narratives, and every liquidity zone is a silent negotiation between institutions and retail dreamers. Most traders drown in this ocean because they navigate it with emotion. But machines navigate with awareness. These AI bots operate like seasoned generals, digesting thousands of charts, capturing microscopic movements, correlating news with on-chain behavior, and detecting patterns long before they bloom into market structure. In a world where a single candle can erase months of effort, the one who reacts first wins, and AI reacts before reaction is even needed. But let me be clear, tools don't make you wealthy. Alignment does. And every AI trading system you will encounter becomes a lens through which you must sharpen your behavior, your patience, your risk control, your philosophy. Because the real battle is not against the market. It is against the undisciplined trader living inside you. The first time you watch a bot execute trades with mechanical calmness, something inside you shifts. You notice how your pulse stays steady. You notice how your mind becomes quiet. You notice how your decisions are no longer born from panic or excitement. AI doesn't just automate your trades. It cleans your psychology. It strips away the noise that has sabotaged your growth for years. Some bots specialize in high-frequency precision, slicing through volatility like a scalpel cutting through smoke. Others master deep, trend logic, riding long movements with the patience of a seasoned investor who knows time is the ultimate wealth multiplier. Some analyze on-chain flows to sense where smart money hides. Others use sentiment engines to predict the emotional swings of the masses before the masses even feel them. Together, they form an army, not replacing your intelligence but upgrading it. Because the truth is, the wealth of the future belongs to those who understand synergy. The trader who combines human intuition with machine precision becomes unstoppable. You start observing what the bot sees, learning from its patterns, feeling its rhythm. Over time, it becomes less of a tool and more of a mentor, one that speaks in the language of probability, not emotion. And when you sync with this intelligence, trading stops being chaos. It becomes choreography. You watch the market dance, you watch liquidity rotate, you watch whales manipulate structure, but you do not flinch. The bot shows you that volatility is not a threat. It is oxygen for profit. It teaches you that a sideways market is not boredom. It is accumulation. It reminds you that a sudden crash is not disaster. It is opportunity priced at a discount. The beauty of AI trading in 2025 is not only its technology but its timing. For the first time in history, retail traders hold the same caliber of analytical power that institutions spent billions to develop. And as these bots evolve, they unlock a deeper truth. Wealth is no longer about who has the best information, but who has the fastest interpretation. When the bot whispers that a bullish transition is forming, you listen. Not because you're blindly following, but because you understand the logic behind the signal. You see how price action aligns with liquidity sweeps. You see how volume increases subtly, just enough to indicate accumulation. You see on-chain wallets quietly loading up before the rest of the world catches on. And suddenly, the trade is no longer a gamble. It becomes a calculated strike, but the power goes beyond trading short-term moves. These AI systems start mapping long-term cycles, identifying when a macro shift is brewing. They decode the emotional temperature of the market, detecting phases of euphoria, denial, disbelief, greed, exhaustion. You begin to understand the psychology of the crowd as clearly as you understand your own heartbeat. And with that understanding comes something priceless: control. You stop chasing. You start observing. You stop reacting. You start anticipating. You stop fearing. You start calculating. There is a moment when every trader, sooner or later, must decide what kind of intelligence will guide their future. The intelligence of impulse, or the intelligence of evolution. AI is not replacing you. It is revealing the version of you that has always been capable of mastery. As you watch the bot execute trades with flawless neutrality, you realize the greatest enemy in your financial journey was never the market. It was your hesitation, your overthinking, your emotional attachment to every candle. AI breaks that attachment. It gives you the freedom to think higher, deeper, clearer. And in that clarity, your strategy sharpens. You feel the weight of discipline anchor your decisions. You sense the difference between good trades and great setups. You become aware of how the market breathes. You start recognizing that every pump is a story, every dump is a revelation, every sideways zone is a negotiation between fear and conviction. This is where mastery begins, and the AI bots of 2025, those top performers that rise above the noise, become your silent partners in this journey. They are not here to promise overnight riches or magical shortcuts. They are here to give you speed, structure, vision, and psychological strength. They operate tirelessly in the background, scanning thousands of scenarios while you sleep, while you work, while you dream of the future you're building. And that future becomes clearer with every trade aligned with intelligence instead of emotion. Because in a world where markets shift like storms, the trader who survives is not the one who predicts the weather. It is the one who sails with the wind of algorithms, intelligence, and discipline. This is the new era of wealth. This is the age of AI. And this is your invitation to master it. There comes a point, somewhere between your first hesitant trade and your final moment of mastery, when you understand that wealth was never about speed, it was about alignment. You look at the machine running beside you, not as a replacement for your thinking, but as a reflection of the trader you were always meant to become. The chaos of the charts no longer intimidates you. The volatility no longer shakes you, because now you understand something most people never do. Intelligence is not just information, it is interpretation. And in 2025, interpretation is mastered by the humans who rise alongside their machines, not beneath them. As the market breathes its unpredictable patterns, you stand firm, grounded by a new partnership. You have learned to let AI perform the calculations while you perform the evolution. You have learned to let it handle the noise while you handle the vision. The old version of you, the one who panicked at every red candle, the one who chased pumps, the one who misinterpreted the silence of sideways movement, fades into the shadows. What stands in its place is someone far more dangerous, someone disciplined, someone patient, someone awakened. And as your bot executes another flawless trade, as your portfolio stabilizes with the rhythm of a controlled heartbeat, you feel something powerful rise within you. It is not greed, it is not excitement, it is clarity. The clarity of someone who finally understands that wealth is not built through emotion. It is built through structure and awareness. It is built through the union of calculation and conviction. It is built through the courage to adapt before the world realizes adaptation was required. In the distance, you can already sense the traders who will be left behind. The ones clinging to old methods, the ones fighting the future, the ones who believe intuition alone can win in a battlefield commanded by algorithms. But you walk forward with a different confidence, because you know that the greatest skill of the modern investor is not predicting the next move, but positioning yourself with the intelligence that already sees it forming. This is your new era, your new advantage, your new weapon in a financial world reborn through code and consciousness. And as you step into the next wave of opportunity, the market does not look intimidating anymore. It looks ready. It looks navigable. It looks like wealth waiting for the one who finally learned how to see.